Good evening. We are here.
Hello.
All right. Okay.
Woo!
This.
So,
Go ahead.
we missed last episode, so we're making up for it so you guys don't miss out too. And we're doing our review of that episode right now. So this is our combined review of episodes 13 and 14, Pabu and the Tipping Point.
So welcome everyone. We are Father Son Galaxy. If you're new to our channel, watching us for the first time, I am Kerwin. This is Keith.
Hello.
We are glad to have you and everyone else who have been here. Whether it's your first time or you've been here many times, we can't wait to talk about these two episodes. All right. These are two very, very good episodes. Yep. All right. So let's get started. Let's jump in. Any housekeeping? You want to just... Okay. By the way, when we were doing our Mandalorian episode, we did have a push to get us to 800 subscribers on YouTube.
We're
happy to report. Thank you so much that we are a little past 800, but now our next goal. Thank you. Now our next goal.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
You have no idea how much this means to us because every subscriber gets us closer to 1,000.
That's right. That's our next goal.
And 1,000 gets us
access.
It's a milestone.
Yes, it is.
What's it 1% of YouTubers make it there?
Yeah, that's what we're told. All right, but so we're on our way. So thank you so much. All right, ready to go. All right, let's start with it.
Oh, look, comments.
All right. So hey, Alex, thank you very much. Mary B, thank you.
Hello.
Hi,
Alex.
Yes. Thursday. Both episodes are very good. All right, so
I told 2 coworkers about you today alone.
Oh, thank you. Oh. Wonderful. All right. Thank you. All right. Let's get started. Let's talk about episode 13.
Ooh, someone else is here.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you. Dealis, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. All right. Hope I pronounced your name correctly. Thank you. All right. So episode 13 called Pabu. All right. So apparently it looks like the batch has finally come to their senses and they have left Sid behind.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this episode, they get a transmission from Sid. Sid's fuming. She's like, I haven't heard from you chaps in however long. And she's like, come back. And the batch tells her, no, leave us alone.
Well, I don't even think the batch responded. I think they just heard the transmission and then, just turned it off.
That's what they're thinking.
Right. That's probably what they're thinking. Of course, she's like, I know so much about you. You don't want to cross me.
Yeah, I'm not when you and I cross.
Yeah.
And they're just like, Sid, leave us alone.
Goodbye, Sid. All right. So it seems like
see you never.
They are on their way with Phee. So they actually just completed a mission with Phee. And now Phee is taking them to this planet called Pabu. All right. Which is the title.
She's got some family there.
Yes. She calls her home away from home.
Yeah.
All right. So then
does she even have a home?
Well, we don't know.
Where does Phee live other than Pabu?
That's a good question. Maybe she's from another planet, but this is probably the place where she resides most of the time.
Refuge, yeah.
Yeah. Right, exactly. So let's talk about this planet. The people of the planet. It's run by a mayor, right?
Shep Hazard.
Right?
His name is literally Sheep Hazard, guys.
Yes, that's right.
He's a sheep hazard.
Right. So they're refugees who are, were impacted by the Clone Wars, apparently, or they're looking for a new place or a new planet to stay. So this is who the people are. It's a beautiful planet. It's an island.
So it's pretty much floating.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And everything is built in a spiral.
Right. I mean, it looks like it's like a Greek island, something familiar about it that, we've seen this type of landscape before, but it's beautiful. So it's an island, and they we'll talk about the planet a little bit. So the batch are introduced to Shep and his daughter. His daughter's name is Liana, right? And she's about the same age as Omega. Looks like Omega. So Omega has a new friend, which is pretty cool. We wanted Omega to be around more people her age, so they're off and running.
In fact, Hunter has too.
Yes.
Remember, last season, he was talking to Cut, and he's like, we gotta have Omega with some people her age,
Yeah, right. I think it's a good idea for her to have that,
But just imagine how different the story would be if Omega had been left behind with Cut.
Well, I don't know. That's a very good point. Although Cut did have 2 young children her age, so I don't think she would have been totally out of place. You know,
But
I
I'm
think they would
saying,
have grown up.
imagine how much the story would have changed for the batch.
Oh, well, true. Well, what would the batch be doing? I think they would still be working for Sid, though, you know, even without Omega. I don't think that
I
their
feel like
lives would have
really-
changed much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. Well,
I don't know. I think one of the reasons why Hunter decided to work for Sid, but he wanted something that was stable, right? Because he didn't want to be out there, you know, working.
like he didn't want to be like a bounty hunter, like
right,
Boba
yeah,
Fett when he
something
had a
that's too
child to
dangerous.
kill.
Exactly.
Like if
So
you were out here like doing the same things Boba Fett would do, and that was, first of all, bounty hunting is a complicated profession.
it sure is a complicated profession.
Jobs go and come from time to time.
True.
You're not gonna have one steady job for too long.
Good point.
So
yeah, right.
you
So
need something that's substantive. You need something that's going to keep you there. Something that is a steady flow of cash.
mhm.
As
Right.
long as the spice
Well,
keeps rolling in.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah. So you know, Hunter is, you know, getting to know the people of the planet. He has a conversation with Shep, the mayor, and you know, Hunter asks a question. It's a valid question. Like, Hunter wants to know if you're worried about the Empire finding out about this planet, and Shep's response is, "Well, we're a remote island with limited resources, but if they do, we'll manage." First of all, manage. That's your answer. That you're gonna manage.
The Empire's gonna grind you like grains of salt.
Yeah, I get worried when people say, "Oh, we're too far away. The Empire's not going to notice us."
They will. When you take such a lackluster approach, they're sure to notice.
I like that, lackluster. It reminds me of the conversation at Empire Strikes Back when Han and Leia land on Cloud City to meet Lando, and you know, Han and Leia are asking the questions. Well, aren't you worried about the Empire, you know, coming into Cloud City and shutting you down? And you know, Lando's, oh, you know, we're too small of a place for the Empire to notice. They're not going to find out. They're not going to know who we are. We know how that turned out, right? Okay.
You know what I predict?
What's that?
Pabu invasion in episode 16.
Ooh, you think the Empire's going to find out about Pabu? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay, that's funny that you brought that up. You know, we're actually going to talk about the last two episodes.
Think about it. Echo being there, the Empire's probably tracking him, and by tracking him, they can get to Pabu. Mm-hmm. More people to bring in, because as you remember, back in the Zillo Beast episode, the Empire just randomly captured those civilians on the planet the Batch was on.
True.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm, I do.
So they might decide to do the same thing now.
Well, that's good you bring that up, because actually at the end, we're going to talk about what we think could happen in
or what
episodes.
You think could happen.
Well, I mean, it sounds like you have an idea too of, you know, Pabu being invaded by the Empire. So we'll talk about what we think, predict, but you know, what we think may happen in the last theory, like what's going to happen in the last two episodes. All right. So of course, any planet, you know, no matter how beautiful it is, there's always something wrong with the planet. Okay. So they're prone to quakes, unfortunately. And, you know, there was a quake.
Which kind of surprises me.
Why would that surprise you?
They're on an ocean. Like, I get seismic events and currents and whatnot, but like, the fact that this island is so small, like,
yeah, it's not possible for them to suffer any quakes.
I didn't say it's not possible for any. I didn't say it's like frequent seems kind of off to me, but anyway.
Yeah. Or is it that wherever the batch goes, they just cause havoc? It's like, well, we haven't had a quake in 200 years. And rumble. As soon as the batch arrived, there you go. There's a quake. So maybe it's
kind of like Mando. Every time he shows up just in time to help the armor with the watch.
That's true. Right. Yeah. It seems like, you know, the children of the watch need Din Djarin, right, to keep them out of trouble. All right, so yes, there's a quake, and you know they have to, you know, get their people and get them to safety, and they do. So that was pretty much the episode. You know, Pabu. So it's a beautiful place. We're gonna see it again. All right. It shows up again in episode 14. Let's move on to Tipping Point. Now, this is interesting. So now,
by the way, let me just sum up the rest of the episode. Okay. Earthquake happens. Everything's fine, but the city's a bit destroyed.
Yeah.
The mayor has a very close call. A lot of refugees, a lot of displacement.
Yeah.
All right, on to episode 14.
Okay, on to episode 14. All right. So now episode 14 starts off with Echo and his team that consists of Gregor and a couple of other clones are trying to rest. What's the name?
Rex.
Well, no, Rex wasn't a part.
I know he's not there, but he's part of the cell.
He is, right. All right. A Fireball, I think, was another clone that was there to rescue these clones that were captured by the Empire. Do you remember Captain Howzer?
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah,
they freed him.
That? Yeah, Captain Howzer.
So he's kind of been sitting there, you know.
Yeah, so we've been wondering, that the last time we saw him was in episode 12.
10.
Well,
12, actually.
Yeah, rescuing Ryloth. He had this impassioned speech, Captain Howzer. He was, had something to say to his brothers in arms. He says, "Brothers, what are we doing? We're now being ordered to target the very people we are swore to protect." And he was talking about the people of Ryloth. Mm-hmm. And I will not be a part of it any longer. And remember when he dropped his weapons and he says, "Who's with me?" And then he had other clones drop their weapons as well. And Crosshair had them all arrested.
Crosshair's like,
yeah,
traitors.
Yeah.
And then choose on yet another toothpick.
Yes, exactly.
Who's this toothpick dealer?
Yeah.
Where does he get these from?
Well, he probably creates.
Like, who chops down forests so Crosshair can have a toothpick a minute?
I wouldn't be surprised if Crosshair, makes his own toothpicks. Like, it's custom made.
You think he whittles? He whittles the wood down to make his toothpick?
Absolutely. Yeah, sure he does.
When does he have the time? He can't even get lunch, Dad. Rampart keeps calling him.
He gets lunch. He just can't eat it. He can't find the time to eat it because he's so busy.
This poor man, he can't even eat his lunch because Rampart's like, "Crosshair, report to the office."
Yeah.
Except doesn't even call him Crosshair, whatever he calls his man.
Yeah. I mean, he's always in demand. So, All right. So that's Howzer. They rescue Howzer. Okay. Yeah. And
a few other clones.
Right. And they escape through hyperspace. They're gone. And we're back on Pabu. Now, there's something I want to mention about Pabu that reminded me of an episode that took place season 1. This was the episode called Common Ground. And we were on this planet called Raxus.
Yeah.
Right. And, I remember saying when I saw
the Landscaper episode.
That's it. That's the one. And I remember saying about that planet that it was so beautiful. And I love the diversity of the people there. Right. Because when, of course, the Empire came in and, occupied the planet and they were trying to get their leader to keep the people, calm and quiet and say, well, this is having the Empire take over this planet is the best thing for you and your family. Anyway, yeah. So, but if you look at the diversity of the people there, I mean, there were humans, there were other species. I just pictured the batch settling down on that planet, right? Because
of course not, because the Empire got there before they could. Well,
that's true, right? But I was just thinking, the batch have spent many years being taken advantage of by the regs, or belittled or feeling beneath the regs because they were different. And I thought, having a place like that, Raxus, where everybody gets along and everybody looks different, no one's going to single them out because they're clones. I thought that'd be a perfect place for them. But you know what? I like Pabu even better. All right. So we're back to Pabu. So we see that Echo is giving Omega some flying lessons, right? Which, that could be a setup and payoff.
Wasn't it Tech?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said Echo. So Tech. Yeah. Tech is giving Omega flying lessons, right, on the Marauder, which I think could be a possible setup and payoff for what may happen in episodes 15 and 16, but who knows? Well, I just find it interesting that, she's getting flying lessons. We get a visit to Pabu by Echo.
Yeah.
All right. So Echo comes back and Echo explains to them what happened. They captured these clones who were held prisoners from the Empire.
They freed the captured prisoners.
they
recaptured the captured.
They helped free the clones who were imprisoned by the Empire. And they were trying to figure out where was the Empire taking these clones. They didn't get that information, but Echo has some data that maybe he thought Echo
Echo has data.
Right, that he thought maybe tech can, decipher and figure out where these clones were going. Okay, all right. So it turns out that these clones were going to where we already know they were going to this planet called Tantus, right?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So let's stop and go back to Tantus, right, and figure out what's happening to Crosshair. Okay, so now Crosshair is in custody. Okay. So
shackles.
Yeah, he's in shackles.
Shackles.
Dr. Hemlock, he's a very creepy guy, and he wants to clone. He wants Clone Force 99. He wants Omega because he knows
he keeps doing this hand thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, he's
creepy.
Yes, he is, and he wants Omega because Omega is very important to Nalase, right? Yes, Nalase. He wants Nalase to help them with the cloning operation, and they think if
she's not
they
really
have
cooperating, right?
And she's not. And I think what he thinks is if he can get Omega, and use her as bait, that maybe he would get Nalase to work with his group on the cloning facility. So Crosshair is being tortured. He's not giving up any information about where the batch is, or whether they're alive or anything. He's not saying a word. Okay. Now, Crosshair did manage to free himself, right? He escaped. Okay. He was able to
briefly.
He was able to break from the belt and what was tying him down to
to get a message out to the batch.
Yeah. Now,
now he's like Planet 88.
Yes, right. So prior to that, if you noticed, when he grabbed the blaster, right, he took out stormtroopers, directly, right, blasted them. Close. But did you notice with Emery, who is Hemlock's assistant, he did not use the blaster on her to take her out. He stunned her.
Yeah.
He stunned her. Why did he allow her to survive? That's a good question. I don't know that, but
maybe because he figured if he shot the doctor, Hemlock would be suspicious and make it personal or something.
Yeah, I just found it interesting that he was.
Or maybe he knew he would probably get recaptured and didn't want some doctor from, like the doctor from Andor, who's gonna stab him with a bunch of unbuttoned needles.
Yeah. Well, I think I may have an answer as to why he allowed her to live.
Does he like her?
Well, we'll talk about what we think will happen in the last two episodes. Yeah. All right. So you're right. So he Crosshair did manage to get a message out to the batch, right? Sent a transmission called Plan 88 Seeker, right? So now the batch receives this transmission. They understand what Plan 88 is, and this means the Seeker, meaning that the Bad Batch are being targeted. All right. So now they're trying to decide what to do. Should they go and try to rescue Crosshair, or do they think it's a trap? So that's where we are. Okay. So let's have some Q&A.
All right.
Yes. Okay. All right. Gotcha. All right. Do we have Q&A?
Alex, Q+. You think Dr. Hemlock will be able to track the recording and use it to find the batch on Pabu?
I don't think so. You know what I think is going to happen? Because this is, we're going to talk about 14 and 15 and 16. Now I think the batch is going to go after Crosshair.
Yeah.
So there's no need for excuse me.
See,
there's
Hemlock
no need for
knows
Hemlock
them because he's so creepy that he knows everything. So he's like, well, the batch will logically come back to get you, Crosshair.
There's no need for Hemlock.
Time to call in the needles.
Yeah, there's no need for Hemlock to go after the batch because the batch is going to
be a fear of the needle. That man gives me a fear of needles that I never had before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and also a fear that whatever this man does with his hands, that creepy wringing his hands thing.
Yeah, that droid, that interrogation droid, has always been creepy from the very beginning when it was.
No one liked them.
A New Hope with Princess Leia, it's terrible. Who likes needles? No, not me. But yeah, to answer your question, Alex, no, I don't think Hemlock needs to find the batch. The batch are going to find him.
Yeah, all right. That's his plan.
All right. Any other? Agree with? Okay.
Agree with Lisa. I think he spared her because she was kinder than everyone else. True. Maybe
Could
Crosshair
be,
saw something
or
in
there,
him.
there may be a reason why he wants to keep her alive. Maybe she may be useful.
Or maybe Crosshair knew he wasn't going to make it out in time. And
Okay.
maybe the reason why he spared her is because she might be able to free him. Maybe that's why. Because Crosshair knew there was no way for him to get the transmission and escape all at the same time.
Well, okay, before he stunned her, he did ask for her security card, right? So he really had all he needed. So he didn't really have to keep her around. But apparently he did, and there must be a reason why. All right, so Jeff, I don't get that the soldier following orders vibe from him anymore. No. I think Crosshair understands now that the Empire is out to get all the clones, and I think he, it took him a while to come to his senses, but he knows. And after his friend was killed in front of him, and then he shot the commanding officer. Absolutely.
There's a first part to that comment.
Yes, right. Okay. And Lisa, when all is said, okay, that's all right. When all is said and blood is thickened in water, they will go after Crosshair. Yes, exactly. So you know what? Let me know if you have any predictions as what's going to happen in episodes 15 and 16. So let's talk about it. All right.
All right. So let's move on from Plan 88.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about what
predictions.
Yeah. Predictions. You mentioned something before we came on, about Pabu.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you think that Pabu may be invaded by the Empire? You think that's possible?
I said that on air, right?
Right, you did. Okay, all right. So you want to talk about it? I think I did.
Okay. Pretty sure I said that.
Okay. You want to talk about it a little bit more, or you think that's it?
Yeah. Well, maybe the Imperials have been tracking Echo because Echo just broke into one of their cells and freed a bunch of prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went to Pabu, right?
Mm-hmm.
Plus, we know they're trying to find where Omega is. This is too hard to pass up for the Empire because they got all their eggs in one basket.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Right? So maybe they're going to find the batch. And after they find the batch, they're going to enslave Pabu. They're just going to take them all and put them in the mines or something like that.
So, okay, so this remote planet, apparently this is what their mayor is saying, that, it's going to be difficult to find the planet. The Empire is going to eventually find out where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Empire found planets in the outer rim.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just
if the Empire wants
wild space, even.
Yeah, exactly.
And they found these people. They will track you down across light years of space just to shoot you. Like, the Empire makes no sense.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on. We're going to talk about, after the Q&A, we're going to talk about episodes 15 and 16. So again, if you have any predictions of what you think is going to happen in the last two episodes, let's talk about it. All right. So Blacklight. Notice how they tease both of next week's episodes in this one. Tarkin wants Hemlock to present his plans at the summit, and Crosshair mentions Plan 88. Title of episode 16 is Plan 99. Good point. Okay. All right. So Mary B, I think there will be a confrontation on Pabu. I think the batch will get away and need to find another temporary sanctuary. I just hope eventually Crosshair is able to escape and meet up with them. Very interesting. Okay.
Wikipedia.
Hello, Wikipedia. Hello there. All right.
Hello there.
That's right. Wikipedia is here. All right.
Wait. Let me get Echo to salute you.
Okay, there you go. Ah.
Yeah. Got 3 of them.
Okay. Yes, we do. All right. Okay. So here are my thoughts. Okay, we'll rub. You guys make me want to start rewatching this show.
You should just binge the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, you know what? It's a
bingeable show.
It is. It is a bingeable show. And I find myself watching.
It's binge worthy.
Each episode more than once because, when you watch it the first time, you say, okay, well, this was pretty good. And then when you watch it again, you get more out of it. And then when you watch it a third time, it's like, wow, okay, now this
it's like McDonald's.
To me.
Every time you go, it gets better until it's over. And then you realize, no, there has to be more.
Yeah, when you run out of French fries.
Yeah. When you pull that last French fry from that carton, you're like, there must be more. There must be more. That's how you feel with this show.
All right, yes. Okay, so the science Fictionary. What's up, y'all? How's everyone today? Thank you so much. We are doing great. We love talking about the Bad Batch. So, all right, we're at the point now where we're trying to figure out what's going to happen in the last 2 episodes. So, here's my take, and I see some people are saying that maybe Hemlock is probably going to find the Batch. They're going to find the planet.
The
Pabu.
Hemlock creeps me out.
Yeah, he's going to find Pabu, and he's going to come after the Batch. I think it's going to be the opposite. I think
if he even touches any member of the Bad Batch, I bet you they're going to capture him.
Yeah. And by the way, we forgot to mention this. Seems like Tech may have feelings for Phee.
Ooh.
We forgot to mention that. I saw the way they're looking at each other. So who knows what's going on there?
Ooh.
Yeah. All right, so
remember when Phee took him to watch the Pabu equivalent of a sunset, which is all the lights turning on?
Yeah, and that was beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was beautiful. All right. So I think it's going to be the opposite. I think the Batch are absolutely going to go after. They're going to find Tantus, and they're going to go after Crosshair and rescue him. And it's not just going to be we're talking about episode 15, the summit, right? So the summit is the highest point. It's the peak. I think that peak
the peak is the show.
I think that peak is that they're going to find Crosshair.
So what do you call it? Penultimate episode?
Yeah, penultimate episode. They're going to find Crosshair, and they're going to rescue him. Excuse me, along with any other clones that are still on that facility.
And hopefully a pretty awesome in space chase.
And what's going to happen, unfortunately, Omega is going to get captured on Tantus.
Honestly, wouldn't be surprised, but I hope not.
I think Hemlock is going to find her, and he's going to capture her, and he's
like
going
the type
to
of man who would own a white van.
Yes, those vans, right? Okay. He is going to find her, and he's going to bring her to Nala Se, and he's going to force Nala Se to help with the cloning operation. So, unfortunately, yes, Crosshair is going to be rescued. But Omega's going to get caught. All right.
Yeah.
So now, but that would lead...
it's a soul for a soul or something cliche like that.
Exactly. And when I say, the Batch are going to find Tantus, it's not just going to be the Batch. I mean, I'm sure they're going to get any clones who are available to help out. So it's going to be a raid on Tantus by the clones. I think it's going to be big. It's going to be huge. It's going to include the Batch, Rex,
the
Howzer,
climactic raid on Tantus,
Gregor. I think they're all going to be there, and I think they're determined to find their brothers, whoever's left, and bring them home. Okay. Again, Omega is going to get captured, and that's going to bring us to episode 16, which is Plan 99. And Plan 99 to me sounds like it's going to be the clones' last stand. That this is going to be all or nothing for the clones, unfortunately. This is going to be their final plan, their final mission. I think what they're going to do in retaliation for the Empire destroying Tapoka City, they are going to destroy Tantus and their cloning facility. So I think that's going to be their plan. They're going to have to destroy everything. All the technology is going to be gone and wasted. Now, of course, if Omega's still there, they're gonna have to figure out how to, rescue her first before they can destroy the place. And I think that's going to be the conflict that's going to take place there. And unfortunately, I don't think all the clones are going to make it.
Who do you think?
Well, I okay. I know there are a lot of fans
who do you think, Dad?
Out there who love their favorite clone member of the clone. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Who do you think?
But that being said, I don't think Hunter or Wrecker are going to make it out.
Oh my God, not Wrecker!
Yeah,
no!
I think that's my opinion. I think Wrecker, because of the emotional impact that we. Okay. All right. So we're gonna move on. Okay. All right. So anyway.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why I should not have brought that up. Okay. All right.
Regular's gotta survive, right?
Well, okay. So now. So that's what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be their last stand. Like I said, it's not going to be good for all the clones. All right. So let's go to Q&A. So who do we have for Q&A? Mary B says, "Love Kerwin's generous take. I know we all love different clones. LOL. I love Wrecker though. Yes, I know, and I think it's going to be something emotional. Look." Star Wars does that to us. When we get emotionally attached to a character, then all of a sudden they get pulled away. It like hurts. Who? Okay, Keith, I'm not going to go into anything else. I don't want to upset you. Yeah. You
threw me for a loop with that, man.
Okay. You tell me what you think. Do you think that they're going to make it out?
No. No. Last season.
Wait a second. Wait a minute. So are you saying that some of the Bad Batch are not going to survive?
I think they're all going to survive.
Oh, they are going. All of them. Okay, go ahead.
Last season, these people were trapped 6 feet underwater.
True.
In a floating facility with a droid. And somehow, all of them survived. Crosshair was stuck on that platform for 32 rotations and still survived.
I got you. Yeah, I got you.
How do you suppose?
How do I suppose?
How do you suppose that they're not going to make it out of this episode?
Well,
the Empire's nothing new to that.
Again, I don't know. It's just speculation. I have no idea what's going to happen these last 2 episodes, but I'm really thrown off by the title of the last episode, Plan 99. Now, we know the Batch have used other plans in the past. I mean, I don't have any other plan numbers off the top of my head, but 99 seems to be final. Right, so we know the significance of the number 99, right?
Yeah, as of Clone Force 99 named after a faulty clone named 99 who basically jump-started the team.
Exactly. So I think that number 99 has a lot of meaning to them, and it means a lot to, well, at least more so towards Clone Force 99. But I think it's 99 because it's going to be their idea, their plan to destroy Tantus. But I think there's something special about that number where it's going to be all or nothing, which is unfortunate. Yeah,
that would be very unfortunate.
Mary B, I think there will be a confrontation on Pabu. Okay, so let's talk about that. So, people are thinking that maybe something's going to happen on Pabu.
Yeah.
Which you agree that something could happen.
Yeah.
I think the Batch will get away and need to find another temporary sanctuary. I just hope eventually Crosshair is able to escape and meet up with them. Yeah. As far as Pabu, I don't think Pabu is going to be impacted.
How?
Why they won't be impacted? Yeah. Because I don't think
they don't have much to offer.
Well, I don't think the Empire is looking that deeply for Clone Force 99.
Hemlock would be. He'd especially be looking for Omega.
Yes, but
Echo. That might be too hard to pass up because if you think about it, Hemlock has access to all these things. The Empire would know that some band of clones broke in. Hemlock will want to investigate that band of clones, and when he finds out that Echo was a part of it, he would trace him to the Bad Batch.
I don't think Hemlock is going to use all of his resources, all of his pilots, or whatever Tarkin gives him to send this fleet of TIE fighters over to Pabu to get the Bad Batch. I think it's going to be easier for him to just lure the Bad Batch to Tantus. You know what I mean? So I don't think Pabu is going to be impacted at all. The only thing I see that Pabu is going to be impacted is that those clones who remain after this destruction of Tantus might return to Pabu and live out their lives there. But I don't think the Empire is going to find that planet.
Okay.
Yeah. Blacklight, the Imperial Summit. Next episode could feature a Dr. Pershing or Moff Gideon cameo. Wow.
It's been a while since we've seen you, Blacklight.
That's Moff Gideon. What do you think? I mean, Remember the timeline. The timeline between
Yeah, Gideon.
You're better with
What's
timelines
Gideon?
than I
Like
am.
50, I'd say.
I guess, yeah. So
he'd be in his 30s.
So
he'd be about 25 at the time.
So you're saying the current timeline of the Mandalorian versus where the Bad Batch is right now, there's a
Bad Batch would be about 25 years.
25 years in between.
To the Mandalorian season 2.
I got you. It's possible. I mean, you may have.
He'd be 25.
Well, I think Gideon would be old enough to be working for the Empire.
Pershing wouldn't be, though. Pershing looks like he's like 35 or something.
Pershing may be younger. I don't know.
He'd be a child.
He may be a child. Yes, right. Speaking of that, I wanted to mention about Emery, why Crosshair allowed her to live. I think she's going to be instrumental in helping the Bad Batch take out Hemlock. I think she's going to turn on Hemlock.
You think she likes it, like, as a coworker? You think she even respects him?
Well, I think
like Hemlock seems like the creepiest dude you'd ever work with. Mm-hmm. He seems like someone to call HR on.
It seems to remind me of Emery. You remember Emery? She's like Hemlock's assistant. Their relationship to me, he seems to be very okay. Well, you do as I say. You just do what I tell you to do and everything will be okay. I think she's doing a lot of what she's doing, torturing Crosshair is because, that's what she's being told to do by her boss. I don't think she feels exactly. I don't think she feels the same way as Hemlock does. It reminds me of the relationship with, we haven't seen Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade as of yet, but
stop spoiling them.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So it has to do with a villain and another villain who are working together, and then one of the villains, actually turns on the other villain.
And you spoiled it.
And I spoiled it, but you don't. It's fine. You won't get. Oh, I'm having a bad day here today. Okay, all right, okay.
Dad,
all right.
Please.
I'm not saying
my
anymore.
Life.
I'm not saying anymore. We gotta get caught up on the Indiana Jones movies. All right. So any more Q&A? Lisa Washington or Omega will give herself up to say Cross. Ooh. Omega will give herself up to save Crosshair. Wow.
I feel like she's too young for that. Like as far as a Star Wars standpoint, Omega, that's just not really gonna fly.
Wow, that's big. I did not expect anyone to
sacrifice.
I did not expect anyone to.
Y'all agree with this?
That Omega would sacrifice herself for her brothers. That's very interesting. As a matter of fact, I think Omega is going to make it out. I mean, she has to. I really feel that there's more of her story. I think there's a lot more of her story to tell. So it didn't occur to me at all that Omega would be one of the ones to be sacrificed.
Well, that anyone was sacrificed.
Yeah. Although she is technically older than the Bad Batch, but
you got to think of the message there, though.
Yeah. I don't think the fans would go for that.
No, the fans would revolt. Lucasfilm would be canceled if that happened.
I mean, Wrecker is one thing, but take out Omega?
Lucasfilm would still be canceled if Wrecker got taken out.
Yeah, well, okay.
I would just stop watching Star Wars altogether if Wrecker dies.
Mary B. Love Kerwin's generous take. I know we all love different clones, yes, but Wrecker, though. I love
saw that earlier.
Right, exactly, yeah. Again, we don't know. It's just speculation. We're just talking. What do you think? Here's not Wrecker. Alex, that's fine. Not Wrecker. Yeah. What about Emery? Do you think Emery, what is the reason why Crosshair allowed her to live? Do you think she's going to turn on Hemlock? That's the question. We'll put that out there.
What?
Yeah. Wikipedia says Wrecker's too nice to die. Yes, and that's exactly why I'm with Keith on this one. All right, so I guess everyone wants Wrecker to live. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
No one wants Wrecker to die, Dad.
Aiden,
what that happened?
Well, I'm not saying I want it to happen. I'm just saying that it could happen. That's all. I mean, I love Wrecker.
I'm emotionally stirred up now.
Yeah, okay. Aiden, this is my favorite episode. 16 is so good and the best episode ever in this season. Yeah, right.
We haven't seen 16 yet.
Yeah, but it's
almost here though.
Yeah, it's almost here. It's almost here. This was a great episode as well. Blacklight. Do you guys think we'll get a season 3 announcement at Star Wars Celebration Year 20? I was trying to avoid the answer to that question. Do you think there'll be a season 3 of the Bad Batch?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all we need. I think they might make it into the next Clone Wars.
That's all we need to say. Well, okay. That would make sense to you if you feel that the Batch are going to survive season 2.
But if they get rid of one of them, season 3 is off the table. No one's going to want to watch a show with half the Bad Batch.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's
Crosshair, though. I'm not sure about him.
Yeah. I'm
not sure he'll stay with the team as far as out of free will.
Yeah. I don't know if there's more of a story to tell about the Bad Batch. I don't know if season 3.
Maybe.
I don't think there's a story. I don't think there's anything left to tell about the Bad Batch. So
you want them to settle down on Pabu and that be the end of it?
I think so. Yeah. I think that's it. I think they've completed their mission. Whatever Plan 99 is, I think that's the last mission. I think they're going to be done.
The audacity.
Sorry. Okay. All right. So Blacklight, do you think Plan 99 is an Imperial project since they already have Plan 88, the Seeker? No, I think Plan 99 is absolutely the Bad Batch's plan. I think that's the plan. We spoke about it, that this is the plan to save any clones from Tantus and to destroy the cloning operation. So in other words, if the cloning operation is destroyed, right? So that would mean, okay, so the Empire's got nothing left for cloning. Now, remember, in the original,
I'll say if that happens though, like if she's not already freed, right. The Empire's going to be like, well, we have no use for it now. The same would go for Lama Su.
I agree. I don't think
the Kaminoans are just going to get eradicated.
I unfortunately think that will happen. I don't think Nalase or Lama Su is going to make it out. And the reason why I'm saying that, not to upset you, but
I think the same thing though.
Yeah,
never really favored either of them. Like, I'll say I don't necessarily wish for her to die. Can see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
I hope not, but I could. Lama Su was shady from the beginning, though.
Yeah, Jeff, no problem. I gotta go. I gotta run. I'm on a cruise ship, and I'm. Jeff, enjoy your time. That's beautiful. You spent a couple of minutes with us, so wonderful. Please enjoy yourself. That's awesome. Thanks, Jeff. So remember, there is no mention of cloning at all in the original trilogy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what that says to me
is... There was the Clone Wars that was mentioned in New Hope, but other than that...
Right, which happens prior to the original... as far as the timeline, happens prior to the original trilogy. But there's no mention of any cloning operation, any cloning facility in episodes 4, 5, and 6, right? So, and the reason for that is because the Batch is going to destroy any cloning operation, any cloning facilities, any cloning that's going on, it's all going to be taken care of. It's going to be taken out. It's going to be destroyed by the Batch on Tantus. So Tantus will cease to exist. Now, after the fall of the Empire in episode 6, the Empire will now revisit cloning because we know that will happen because of Moff Gideon, who is now after
puppet of Palpatine showed up as a villain for Rise of Skywalker.
So at some point,
that husk of a villain.
Yeah, at some point, Gideon is going to find out about Grogu, and then that's the cloning operation is going to return. And they now know that, okay, well, we have the option or we have the opportunity to clone a force sensitive being. So my point is, cloning does not take place in the original trilogy. It doesn't exist because Tantus is going to be destroyed, but it's going to be revisited after the fall of the Empire.
Tantus will get blown up entirely, kind of similar to the Death Star, like how the planet.
Well, I think that not the planet, but just the facility is just going to be
do what they did to
destroyed.
Camino and just
Yeah, they're going to.
facility.
Yes, it's going to be on fire. It's going to be. There's nothing.
That'd be a great image. Tantus on fire.
There's going to be nothing left.
If that happens,
that's facility.
That's probably what we're going to use for our episode thumbnail.
Well, okay.
We'll be like Tantus on fire.
Yeah.
Like we're
that'll be the title. Episode 16, Tantus on fire. So okay, Mary B. Yes, their dynamic between Emery and Hemlock is very toxic. Yes, I do. Ooh. I do believe Emery is going to turn on Hemlock without question.
Be like, you shouldn't have done this, or
I think Hemlock's going to take things too far. Alice says, great question. I think Emery will turn on Hemlock. I agree with Kerwin that she'll be the one who will help the batch stop Hemlock. I do. Yes. Makes sense. That's the only reason why Crosshair is keeping her around. Alice has a question. Do you think we'll see an older Omega in the future on The Mandalorian or the show? You know what? That's a funny thing you mentioned that, Alex.
Why?
I think we will. Well, let me say this. First of all, Omega's going to survive.
Yeah.
Omega is going to live to be an adult. I think she's going to join the Senate because, we talked about that episode a few episodes back where Chuchi mentioned to Omega that the clones have no representation in the Senate. I think Omega's going to be the one to represent the clones.
In the New Republic?
In my head.
You think she'll end up on Hosnian Prime?
So, I don't know where exactly, but
because Hosnian Prime gets blown up.
Well, right, okay, yeah, but I'm referring to the New Republic, right? At some point, yes, they do move to Hosnian Prime, but right now the New Republic is on Coruscant, right? As far as we know. All right. I think, yes, I do think Omega is going to be a part of this Senate, and she is going to be the one representing the clones. And in my mind, I'm thinking, Alex, that would make a great post-credit scene for either the Bad Batch or for the Mandalorian. To see an adult Omega it can't be the Bad Batch because that's animated. I think it would make for a great post-credit scene to see Omega in live action.
Well, why couldn't it be animated?
I guess it could be animated too. So I guess they could, have a post-credit scene that takes place 10, 20 years later, and we see Omega giving this speech about how we should be taking care of our clones. They're still out there that need our help. There's some that are probably homeless. We still need to help them so many years later. I can see that. Okay. Alex, I see Omega being in the Senate and Chuchi being a mentor for her too. Yes, I do. Absolutely see that. Yes, that would be a super post-credit scene, dramatic. Yeah. That's me. Yoshi. Hey, Yoshi. Hey! Love the passion. Thank you so much, Yoshi. Oh, man. Thanks, buddy. Thank you so much. Yes, Yoshi, thank you for joining us. All right. So we're going to go through the rest of our Q&A, right? So, again, so let us know what you think is going to happen in the last two episodes. So it's next week, 2-part episode. Can't wait. Lisa Washington, as far as Omega, go ahead. You read it.
Okay. As far as Omega giving herself up, is that as far as Omega giving herself up, it is she that the Empire wants to destroy.
Yes.
So she would stay, so they let Crosshair go.
So
basically she's going to get captured.
It'll be a swap, for
soul.
Yeah, for Crosshair for Omega. That's interesting.
And then Thanos shows up and snaps them to dust.
Yeah, only because, again...
Did you just process that?
I just got that. Yes. Thank you for bringing it. Marvel is never far from our mind, so thank you for that. Only because we don't hear about cloning in the original trilogy. I think cloning is just not a thing because it's all gone, and then it comes back after episode 6. So I don't know. I don't see that happening with Omega. I think Omega is going to escape. And by the way, we're talking about setup and payoff. There must be a reason why we're seeing now Tech is teaching Omega how to fly the Marauder. Maybe because she needs to, because she needs to escape Tantus, and there's nobody else. Maybe there's no one else available to fly Marauder.
Maybe everyone else is injured.
I don't know.
She don't fly away.
Yeah, but I do hope. Hi, Popping the Popcorn. Hi, Katie. Hi, friends. Thank you so much.
No, I want popcorn.
I do hope that Tech, I think Tech is going to be okay, because I see that there's a relationship brewing with Tech and Phee, and I think once again,
kill that so fast.
Yeah, I think once again, Tech will be one of the ones. If he survives, he's going to return to Pabu, and he's going to live his life with Phee on that planet. I can see that happening. I think that would be a great happy ending for Tech.
They gotta ditch all the armor though if they do that.
Well, yeah, I guess they're gonna have to start wearing civilian clothes or something.
Remember how Rex kept his helmet? Like maybe the rest of the bachelors.
True. Yeah. Alex, yep. Okay. Laugh out loud at Thanos' idea, right? Star Wars
Luis
tells the whole story in a long narration. Who is Luis?
I have not taught you.
Yeah, please.
So you remember Luis from Ant-Man, the first movie?
Oh,
Scott's buddy, and how he would always tell long stories, and Scott would have to keep asking him to get to chase.
Okay,
the heart and soul of the movie.
All right. See,
that was hilarious.
Big Marvel fan. All right. Okay, I missed that.
We gotta have a Marvel trivia night. Every time I win
why? So that you can win?
Yeah. Every time I get a question right, I get $1.
I don't think
I'll be rich by the end of the night.
I don't remember every single Marvel. There's a lot of Marvel movies out there.
I know.
I can't remember.
It would take you about 2 days estimated to watch every single project.
Yeah, it's just.
I could do it. Could you?
Probably not. Okay.
Exactly.
I'm not falling for that deal. It just sounds very lopsided. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're coming close to the end. So we're gonna, please send in your comments or questions if you have any. I think did we miss anything else with those 2 episodes, Pabu?
No.
And Tipping Point. No, I think that's it. That is it. So producer will let us know if there's LOL. I understand that the Lore Trivia Night catered to my wheelhouse of knowledge. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So Keith is finding a way to make a buck. I'm telling you.
I'll be rich.
This kid,
rich, I tell you, rich.
He, so any chance he can try to get money out of me, he's gonna do it.
I got him a birthday card.
Take advantage of his poor.
I got him a card for Father's Day that spells out, "Dad, I need money, please."
Just take advantage.
Still have it. I love that card.
Yeah, me, not really, not so much. Okay. All right.
You don't like it?
No, I love the cards you gave me. Come on, I love the cards. Did we ever put up the? Remember, we were gonna put something in the not the chat, but
yeah.
We didn't put those questions.
Oh, by the way, if anyone noticed, we gotta do Funko Pop.
Okay, all right, yes. Well, I don't think they can see it from that far away, but it's okay. All right, we'll talk about Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. That's in another episode.
When are we reviewing those?
I don't know, Keith, but let's finish up with the Bad Batch. Okay.
I can get my space fries, my Mandalorian costume, and my money for trivia.
But wait a minute, you didn't put up the poll.
Doesn't matter.
No, you still got to put the poll up. We told everybody that you're going to put the poll up, so let's still put up the poll. And I also want that poll about the armor. Does she know about the mythosaur or not?
You try writing polls, Dad.
Well, I thought you enjoyed the polls.
I do.
Right. Okay, so why don't you put the poll up?
I will. I'll do it tonight.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you. All right. So thank you so much, everyone.
We are so convoluted as an entire show.
Yeah, I think we're near the end. We can't wait for next Wednesday is going to be ridiculous. I mean, we're going to have an episode of The Mandalorian. We're going to have 2 episodes of The Bad Batch. I don't know. We're going to have to wake up
at 4. Just to shove it all down our
and we got to make sure that we don't get any spoilers on the social media. So I don't know how we're going to do this, but
I'm not on social media. That's going to be a challenge for you more than for me.
Yes, it will be. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to figure this out. Okay.
We're going to be in deep trouble.
Yeah.
All right.
Aiden, do you think the batch is going to season 4? Season 4. Okay.
No, We haven't even gotten to season 3 yet.
Yeah. I think they're done with season 2, Aiden. I don't think there's going to be a season 4 or season 3, but that's just me. Did you guys watch the official story trailer?
Happen? If there's ever a season 4 of the Bad Batch will become the Bad Back.
Nah, because they're old. Okay, yeah, gotcha. All right, yeah, thanks. The Bad Back, like, oh, my back. Yeah. That's good. Blacklight.
You're like, at the title. That was just me Hunter screaming. You're like,
oh, that's my back.
And then that would just be his back.
Yeah, that would be his back. Crack the back.
Oh my God! His back. Get the hot pads.
Okay.
Help your forefather back.
Okay. All right. Welcome to Father and Son, everybody. If it's your first time here, I'm sorry. We hope you do come back. Blacklight. Okay. Did you guys watch the official story trailer for Star Wars Jedi Survivor? I did not. Did you?
I did.
You did?
Okay. Partly. I saw it in an advertisement. I couldn't skip. So legally, I had to watch it.
Okay. Is this something that you want to share, or is it? No.
See, my plan.
Go ahead.
It's good. So my plan is to save up for that PS4 so we can play it.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So it looks good. All right. Okay. Again, I am not a gamer. You're more into games.
I'll make you a gamer.
Oh, here we go. I'm more, you're more into it than I am, so I definitely did not see it. But okay, we'll see. What do you think of it, Blacklight? Did you enjoy it? The trailer? Let us know.
Yeah, you seem more into Jedi Survivor and whatnot than we are.
Yeah, Mary, I feel attacked with this bad back. Me too. I think it's offensive. I think it's offensive. To people like me.
This is offensive content. We're gonna get demonetized.
Alex, Star Wars Life Alert. Thank you, Alex. I'm falling. I can't get up. Will you have the Mando review on Wednesday and the Bad Batch on Thursday? You're planning to do both shows in one stream. No, we can't do both in one stream.
Because
so
we're gonna both in one stream.
We may be here for a few hours.
No, we'll be here for like 2-3 hours.
We'll continue to do Mando. I think no, I don't want to confuse the audience. So we're going to continue to do Mando.
So we're not ending Mando. We're
chapter 21 on Wednesday. We'll do the finale on Thursday. Yes. So I know it's
because we switched over a while ago.
I just have
to switch back and then switch back again.
I just have the feeling that next week, Bad Batch is going to be trending because it's the finale. And I think it's going to probably overtake the Mandalorian episode. But we'll keep it for now. We'll keep it Wednesday Mandalorian, Thursday the Bad Batch. We're going to hold out for another day. All right.
To be determined.
At least, we'll give people enough time to watch Mandalorian. They can watch the Bad Batch episode. So I think Thursday will be the better day.
Okay. What?
All right. Yes. Blacklight. Yes, I just bought Jedi Fallen Order Deluxe Edition in the spring sale. Oh, cool. Right. Steam. Okay. Yes, sorry, Steam. Right. So I'm hyping. Oh, okay. All right.
Are those pounds or euros?
So pounds, that's right. Exactly. Or euros. Yeah. So I'm hyping myself up for it. Great. Okay. We have not played Fallen Order.
No.
Right. Okay. And Jedi Survivor, I guess, is the sequel.
Yeah.
Is that how it works? Okay.
PS4.
Okay. PS4. Mary B, I just say yes to all High Republic ideas, character studies on High Republic Jedi. Yes. High Republic. Yeah. We do love the High Republic. I know we've fallen behind on the books. We'll have to figure out what. I think the better thing to do is we need to get some experts on the High Republic on our show so that they can discuss what's been going on.
Ariel, she can fill us in.
Hey, that might be a good idea. We might get someone like Christina Ariel on the show to get us
that would be
caught up. But I'm falling so far behind. I don't know what to do.
I knew they were pounds. I knew it.
Is it pounds? Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You called them euros.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. You two are the best. Thank you, Mary. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I am the best.
Yeah. Okay. Great job tonight. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great one. Thank you, Yoshi. Yeah. Wonderful show as always. Thank you so much. We intend to be back next week. We cannot wait. We just hope you'll join us as well. It's going to be Bananas. It's going to be bananas. I don't want to hype it up, but I think it's going to be a big batch finale. Keith, where can people find us? Take your time.
You all know where you can find us if you like to listen
but
to
remember, we have new people here, so they may not know. Keith, where can people find us? Dead air, people. Dead air. Okay, where can people find us?
You can find us. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes.
Our socials are Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Patterson Galaxy.
Yeah.
Website, pattersongalaxy.com. Please check out our merch store. We have a lot of fun products there.
Yeah.
And please check out our community page, as we will have weekly posts, and you can poll on whether or not I should get a Mandalorian costume for Halloween.
I don't know how that's going to happen.
The only answer is yes.
Well, you didn't put up the poll, so I don't know how this is going to happen if you don't
have put up the poll. The only answer is yes, and if anyone tries to answer no, they'll be removed from the watch.
No, they won't. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Blacklight. See ya next time. See ya next time. Hey, look, I'm trying. CYA.
YOLO.
Next time, guys. Happy to be here as always. Thank you. Please come back next week, Blacklight. Alex, laugh out loud. You two are hilarious and awesome. Yeah.
Hey, Dad.
Yes, Keith.
Do me a favor. Tell me what YOLO means.
YOLO?
Yeah.
I forgot. I don't know. YOLO means you are okay. You only live once.
Yeah.
No,
and what does I got one for you. What does IDK mean?
I don't know.
What does TDA mean?
TDA?
Yeah.
Time difference.
Text dependent analysis.
Okay, everyone. Before this episode goes right out of hand and out the door. All right, thank you, everyone.
It already has.
Do we have any?
It's halfway down the street with the coat and an umbrella.
Okay. Do we have any more
nope.
Q&A? We do.
Oh, we do.
Dallas, thank you. See you next week. I can't wait. Okay. Anybody else? Right. Thank you. Thank you so much. This was fun. We'll see you next week. Until next time, take care. And we will see you again.